I mean, we've all heard things like, oh, yes, Scorpio, that's why you must be so intense. Or you're a neat freak. You probably are a Virgo. Now, for today, we'll be talking about zodiac signs and why they should not be attributed to human behavior. Let's talk about it. Now, to understand why we shouldn't attribute zodiac signs with human behavior, we need to walk through history together. Now, follow me. Let's walk this walk together. Zodiac sign, as we understand it, or the earliest understanding we have of it, was from the Babylonian time, which was like 2,000 years ago, where people would come out and see these stars in the sky. They didn't know what it means, what it meant. They just knew that there were things in the sky and they didn't know how to explain it. So they would come out and stare at it and go back inside and sleep and come back outside again, stare at it. And those that are sleeping outside would see it. Now, what we may call the scientists or the educated ones, if we may, in the Babylonian times, what they did was they divided the sky into 12 sections. Each section was to represent a constellation. Basically, they divided them and grouped them based on how they looked, what they seem to form, and how they appear from where they are standing. They also believe that these stars could influence life on Earth. Because that's simply what they could have done. They saw things in the sky and they tried to make sense of it by drawing patterns and however it is they could have done. They just try to like make sense of what they saw at the particular time. Now, here's the funny thing about this particular thing is that they developed this system long before they even knew things about physics, chemistry, human psychology. A lot of things they didn't know. They just divided this and gave them names and divided them and associated them with a constellation. Now, the Greeks later adopted the zodiac system. And what did they do? They added their own mythological stories and attached them to the constellations. For example, Aries was associated with the golden ram that saved Phrixus. Leo was associated with the Nemean lion that Hercules, killed in one of his 12 labors. These are all methods and means to connect the mortal realm to the heavenlies, not to talk about individual personality traits. Because when you think about it, it really doesn't make sense to base someone's character just based off of the day they were born. The zodiac signs have always been about myth making and storytelling. It's something that connects people to the cosmos at large, not something you use to label people as impulsive, controlling, and other things that we have today. Now, fast forward to today, when science is a little bit more advanced and evolved, we figured out that human behavior is a result of multiple factors, which includes genetics, tradition, environment the person grew up or lives in, and experiences. Though your birthday might tell you what season you are born in, it shouldn't be what will tell you if you are introvert or an extrovert or a cool person, or even go as far as telling you the type of hobbies that you are to like or why you like some specific type of hobbies. I know all these things I'm saying is probably entering a particular set of people's ear and coming out the other way, but it really doesn't matter. And let me tell you, this is the funniest thing. There's this issue called the precession of equinoxes, a phenomenon whereby the Earth's rotation shifts the position of the stars over time. This basically means that the zodiac signs that we use today are not in the same position as they were when these zodiac signs were named or initially divided into constellations. So technically, you are not a Virgo. You might be a Leo, you just don't know. Because when they named the stars, when they grouped them into constellations, the stars are not in the same positions. As at now, throughout history, different cultures have come about different ways to actually try to explain why people do things the certain way they do things. The Chinese used a method whereby they looked at the balance of water, wind, fire, and earth to determine what type of person you could be. Now, in medieval Europe, there was the theory of the four humors, blood, phlegm, black bile, and yellow bile, which was what they used to determine why a person did what the person did or try to make sense of it. All these and many more, none of which were based on zodiac signs. None of it. None. Anyway, I'm just here to tell you that you may not actually be a good person, a bad person, an angry person, or whatever type of person that you are because of your zodiac sign. It may just be genetics or some other things, where you grew up and other things, but definitely not your zodiac sign. But tell me what you think in the comment section. My name is Mark Terrence, and this is Mark Smith and Legend. Like in the comment section, tell me what you think, and let's keep it going.